you can hear all that ruckus behind me, I am teaching my husband how to pack orders. We've done it before, but usually he just does like the packing part and I tell him how many of what to get and then I'll go ahead and print out the packing slips. But he's trying to learn the whole process just in case like I can't someday, or maybe I'm on vacation, but he's still able to pack orders. He also just kind of wanted to take some tasks away from me because I've been doing a lot lately, but I'm not gonna let him because packing orders the fun part. Come bear. No. I'm starting him off with this wholesale order I just got because these are just a little more involved, so I wanted to make sure he knew how to pack them. At this point, it's just a big game of Tetris, so good luck. Yay, we did it! I just got back from downtown LA with a friend. It's Juneteenth, so she had the day off and invited me to go get breakfast. So my plan was to meet up with her for breakfast and then go find a cafe to work out of. But we actually just kind of ended up hanging out and had like a little tourist day for some reason. The weather was nice and we were caffeinated, so we said, why not? So we walked around Grand Central Market for a bit. Actually got on Angel's flight for the first time. Very short ride, but it's one of those like, you gotta try it at least once because it's cute, right? Then we went to the last bookstore and now I'm here. I haven't been doing a good job at filming everything I've been doing, so I thought I'd just do a little sit down video, estilo podcast, with the good microphone and just kind of update you on what I've been up to. What have I been up to? I actually wrote stuff down so I wouldn't forget. Also, I kind of chose this microphone instead of just the regular camera one because I realized when I set the camera like a little further from me, I kind of start to yell. And I was watching my last video and there were some scenes where I just felt like I was yelling at the camera. And I don't know why that is. I guess it's like, oh, you're so far, you can't hear me. I don't have one of those little handheld ones, but maybe I'll do that. I don't know. So I'm going to talk about all this stuff in no particular order, just like this is what I've been up to in my business/work life. Hi, Papa. The Libro Fair pop-up that you saw me preparing for last week went really well. It took place at this cafe called Horchateria, and they have like this room on the side that people can rent out or host events at, so that's where they have their pop-ups, which is cool because then you get traffic from people who are just like going to the cafe. I'm sorry if you could hear my cat licking himself. So like for the middle of the day part of it, we had like a good crowd going and people really liked my stuff, but what they really loved was that we ended up taking some free books, which I kind of felt a little asshole-ish about because there were book vendors there. But ours were like used old books. My mother-in-law just retired from being a teacher, and we have all these books from her classroom, so we're like, let's give them away to people. That would be awesome. Mind you, this was decided on literally right after we got into the car and had already packed our stuff, and we were about to hit the gas when my husband goes, wait, should we take those books? I mean, it's a book fair, so... And we did, and like people were so excited. They were like looking through everything, trying to find stuff from their childhood, stuff for their kids, their nieces and nephews. It was so cool. It was so fulfilling to see everyone just be filled with joy because of these free books. I'm considering maybe just making that part of what we do, like give away free books or craft supplies or whatever we kind of have, just stuff that the community would love. So I'm thinking about partnering up with Brown Girl Travels, who did the first book fair that I prepared for in my first video, if you've seen that one, and maybe getting some books from her and helping promote future events. I don't know, we'll see. Like, I really love the community aspect of what my business does because we have such a specific audience. So I'm looking forward to playing around with that idea. I finally relaunched the boba straws from last week, and since I've only had like 3 orders for them. My shop has never been the kind where people are like waiting at their cart to like refresh to add the thing that they want. It's always like a very slow burn. Like I always really hope for excitement and for like the cha-chings to come in, but that's fine. As long as they do sell with good time, I'll be happy. Are you bleeding? Oh my god, hold on. That was wild. I think he's okay. I think he probably got in a fight with his sisters. I have 2 girl cats and they bully him all the time. We've kind of been experimenting with leaving them in the house longer because usually I'll just put him in this room and the girls have like free reign of the house while we're gone. But today we were gone for like 4 or 5 hours and they probably had a kerfuffle. It's all good. Anyway, where was I? I'm also trying to relaunch my pen sets. That was like a whole thing that I probably should have filmed, but I was so deep in doing it and in trying to like quickly design what the pen should look like and what the colors are and negotiating with the vendor. My mind was just so like hyper focused on doing that I didn't even think to show you guys the process. But I can talk to you about it a little bit. I have these black glitter pens that people really like, so I'm reordering those specific ones because those the factory already has stock of and they don't need to do anything special to them except just etch the text onto them. And there's also this other pen set that I had a while back that people really loved. It's actually one of my most popular products. Like if you go on the website right now and sort from best selling, like that product is still at the top even though it's been sold out for like a couple years now. But every time I've tried to bring it back, it's basically something that a factory will have to like hella customize for me because the original factory I ordered them from doesn't have like those same pen barrel colors and they would need to screen print the text onto them because the text is in different colors. So basically because it's a lot of more custom work, they require me to order a lot more of them. So these are packs of 3 pen sets and they required a minimum of 500 each. So I had to order 1,500 pens total just from that set plus the reorder of the black pens. So I basically spent a few $1,000s on pens this past week. Editing Raina here, I forgot to mention I didn't even end up getting the same colors as the original pens, so they're still gonna have the same phrases, but it's actually gonna be the same white pen now, and I've changed the color of the text on the pens to match the original colors of the barrels of the previous pens, just because that was a little cheaper and easier to do. Like because they already have all these white pens in stock, it's easier to just do 1,500 of those and then just add a different screen print to each of them. And I may have made a mistake. I don't know. We'll see when they come in. I didn't order any samples this time just because I've seen like the quality of their pens before. I've ordered them from them plenty of times, but this is the first time I actually went and ordered a bunch of stuff without even getting samples first. I probably should have because they're custom now that I think about it, but I'm hopeful they'll be fine. Okay, back to the video. But I am confident about these. It's not like the straws where the straws I think are a very like haha, if you get it, you get it joke. But not everyone's gonna want a boba straw. Pens are more like of an everyday common item. So I am confident about these. Once again, I don't think I'll have people lining up at their carts to order it, but I think it will sell well, and it also does really well for wholesale, so I'm excited about that. On the creative studio side of things, I did launch one of my clients' websites. This one was a website for this cookbook author who makes Salvadorian and Mexican recipes that are kind of like easier versions of the traditional recipes, so stuff you can make in your air fryer and things like that. So that was a really exciting project to work with. I didn't get to do the branding because she already kind of had her own visuals from the book, so I basically just took the colors and fonts and everything that was already in her cookbook and just applied it to the website. But even then, it was like really fun to make. I really enjoyed how it came out. And then I sent final artwork to another food related client who I designed spice labels for, and you probably saw me working on those last week. If you haven't, go catch up on that video. I'm also trying to work on some more like long-term marketing, which is a little bit what YouTube's gonna be. I do want to start making like how-to videos and teaching people how to not necessarily build a business, but I feel like there's certain processes I've developed throughout my years, like being a designer and creating products and stuff, that I think y'all would want to know about. So let me know if there's a particular one you want me to make, but I already have a few ideas. Besides that, one of the other things is I keep hearing, and I've been hearing for years, that like Pinterest is good for sort of long-term growth because people kind of use it as a search engine. So I'm starting to put all my design projects on there, but I haven't been stressing about it. I'll like throw one up every once in a while as I have the time to do it. I went from nothing to like 8,000 views a month, so I don't know if that's good or bad yet. We'll see how it goes. And then outside of that, I am starting to look for a job, like proper employment, whether it's something part-time or full-time or even temporary so I can save up some money and then go back to running my business. It's just things were like really slow this year. From what I've been hearing, it's been slow for a lot of people. Like just the economy in general has been crap, which also means that finding a job is hard. I've been applying and kind of like redoing my resume as I go, depending on what sort of hiring trends I'm seeing. I think I just got really lucky when I started my businesses because 2020 was a very unique year for that. And I feel like everyone was down to support and to like spend more money because they were just kind of at home. And 2021, 2 and 3 continued seeing some of that success, but I think we're finally going down to like what the business would have been like if it didn't get that extra push, which my business didn't exist before that like big business push, right? So it's kind of like I'm having to start over. It's really weird, but I am looking for a job so that I could make more money to run my businesses. Like right now I'm making enough money to either run the business or pay my mortgage essentially. And it sucks because I want to work on growing this. I want this to remain sustainable, but you need money for that. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm just keeping it short because I wanted to update you and I kind of decided to do more of this video thing. So I figured I need to just post, and whatever it takes, like if it's just a simple sit down video, that's fine. I gotta give myself grace. In the next one, I'm probably gonna do some office decorating because there's a lot of things I've been meaning to do that I just haven't had the chance to, like putting a different curtain there, like a brighter one, so that a little light shines through and it's not super dark in here. There's some artwork I've been meaning to hang up on this wall behind me. And I don't know, I've also been thinking about painting the wall because the more I watch these videos, I'm like, I'm the same color as the wall behind me. Oh god, I hate that. But I probably won't, just because we painted it so recently. So maybe I'll just focus on adding more light behind me like this. If you've made it this far, tell me about your job in the comments. Are you a entrepreneur, a person with a 9 to 5? I have no idea. Tell me a little bit about you. I want to get to know you. And if you aren't already, please subscribe and give this video one of those like thumbs up things. I've heard those help. I'll catch you next time.